Now, your Storm Alert Team Forecast from meteorologist Brittany Foster.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. We're getting closer to 6 o'clock, and the sunrise time is going to be at 6 o'clock today, of course, around 6:34 this morning. So that sunrise time just keeps getting pushed back even further and further throughout the next really several weeks as we get closer to fall coming. And well, with that said, we're going to see another hot day today. So once the sun is up, we will quickly heat up, but not the entire viewing area. Look how the heat advisory just continues to shrink. Yesterday, it went to the Lincoln area. Now we're just down to 3 counties for today. It's Pawnee, Richardson, and Nemaha. You're in that heat advisory until 8 o'clock tonight. Everyone else, yes, still a hot forecast, just not hot enough to be technically in that heat advisory. So let's break down the forecast today. 11 o'clock, we'll see temperatures in the mid 80s as we head towards 1 o'clock, low 90s, and really most of us will top out close to 92 degrees for your high temperature today, which yes, the 90s are still hot. The biggest difference today compared to the last several days, it's really the amount of moisture out there, our dew point temperature. Whenever they're in the 70s, that's when it really starts to feel oppressive and uncomfortable outside. But as we look towards 12 o'clock, most of the area is in the 60s. So some of us falling out of the 70s. We will briefly see some of us, like the Lincoln, Wahoo area down to Beatrice and off to the east, returning by 3 o'clock into those low 70s. But after that, dew point temperatures just drop the rest of the day. 8 o'clock, some of us are in the 50s, so we'll be drying out that air. Shouldn't feel as humid and muggy outside, which is great news. But unfortunately, right around 3 o'clock, when we see those dew point temperatures briefly return to the 70s, we'll have those heat index values close to the triple digits, if not in them, for some of the area. Notice how it's a smaller section today, really seeing most of those triple digit heat index values close to where that heat advisory is, close in Lincoln to the triple digits. We might briefly hit 99 or 100 degrees, but most of the western half of the viewing area today feeling like your actual air temperature or just a few degrees above it. A major improvement considering most of us southeast Nebraska felt like the triple digits earlier this week. Now, as we look at STORMCAST, we do have the chance for some thunderstorms later today. Anytime after 7 o'clock, we'll start to see them firing up along a cold front. This model is pushing them mainly on the Kansas side, but I think we could see at least a few inching closer into southeast Nebraska. Other models are putting the line directly in our area. So it's kind of a little bit of an iffy situation right now as to the placement of where that cold front will be firing up those storms later today. Just expect the chance to have some thunderstorms anytime after 7 o'clock. The good news, though, the severe threat appears to be mainly on the Kansas side for later today. So not expecting any strong storms really with us later today, mainly on the Kansas side, but we will see temperatures really cooling down thanks to that cold front tomorrow. Back to highs in the mid 80s. That just continues even into the weekend, close to average high temperatures, sunny skies as well, and not as icky outside. That dew point, that moisture outside just drops into Friday. 55 degrees, even going into Sunday, not that high of moisture outside. So it shouldn't feel very sticky. Pretty comfortable forecast. Great for any outdoor plans that you might have for this weekend. And as we look at tonight's forecast, we'll also see more of those 60s returning. 66 degrees with those scattered thunderstorms potentially lasting into around the midnight time for most of us going to early Friday morning. Now just look at this fabulous forecast. The 80s continue beyond the weekend into Monday next week. We kind of see a drier forecast. There's a chance for some late thunderstorms in the day on Saturday, but after that pretty much dry until next Wednesday. Highs briefly return to the 90s, but overall a cooler forecast just in time for Friday in this weekend, guys. Can't really get much better than that. Talk about great timing.
Get rid of that humidity, Brittany. Oh my goodness.
That's honestly what is just disgusting.
It
it's the humidity, the amount of moisture outside. The temperatures in the 80s are nice, but when we get to the drier air, that's what we want this time of year.
Missed it earlier this week, Katrina. She described it as soupy. And that was about as accurate.
Soupy.
Thank you very much, Brittany.